guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. I was not going to do another video for this week, but I just had to do a review on this book. If you're following or been watching my videos and stuff, you know that I'm doing this read along with Brittany and a few others on The Iron King. Well, I'm a pretty fast reader, so I decided I needed to slow down a little bit because I didn't want to get too far ahead. I will finish that book today sometime, but I decided to put it down for a little bit and go to Book Look Bloggers and check out what books they had for review. And I found this book, Fixed by Force by Jason Warne, or Warney, I don't know how you pronounce that name for sure. So it could be a pretty quick read, so I picked it up. It wasn't a a rush thing because it came out in March of 2012. So I decided I would just, I'd pick it up. And I just started, going through, I got it on my Kindle, and I just, started the first page, and I couldn't stop. This book is probably one of the most influential, thought-provoking, inspiring reads that I have read this year. This book needs to get out there. This is Jason Warren's debut novel, and for being a first book, I was blown away. This story is about Spencer, and Spencer is a 17-year-old guy, and he's not a big guy. He's like 5'5", about 130 pounds, and he has no confidence in himself. He doesn't stand up for himself, and he is the son of the town's probably most hated man. His father, David, was an alcoholic, and one night he was drunk driving and he killed this woman. His father was drunk driving and he killed this woman who was pretty well known, pretty well liked in this town, and he killed her and himself in this drunk driving accident. So now Spencer is known as this kid of this guy that nobody likes, nobody cares for. So he has to kind of deal with that first, and he's dealing with death, and he's dealing with not really knowing his father or not really liking his father for who he was. As he got older, his mom kind of checked out, and so he didn't have a good relationship with her. So in this short time, he's dealing with death, lack in self-confidence. He's dealing with not really having either parent. His mom gets a little abusive, and just a lot for a teenager to deal with. So in school, he is bullied, and he's bullied mostly by Zach, and then his posse's always, in the background, laughing it up and whatever. Now, Zach just happens to be the son of this woman that Spencer's dad killed in this drunken driving incident. And it just starts out, sarcastic remarks are made, or name calling, and that kind of stuff. And it just makes Spencer not really like school. Now, he wanted his senior year in high school to be his best year because previous years weren't great, and this year didn't prove to be any better. Spencer tries to better himself in ways that are not really good, and one thing leads to another. The bullying escalates, and Spencer just draws into himself a little bit more. And that is pretty much the rundown of the story. I don't want to give away too much more. As you're reading this book, though, I think anybody that would read the book could relate to Spencer's story in one way or another. Maybe like, whoa, that's who I used to be, or that's who I am now. And, I've done those things, or I've dealt with those things, or I'm dealing with them, and that kind of thing. And it just really opens up your mind, and it just really immerses you in the story, and you just feel like you're there, and you want to help, and it makes you realize you know, that this stuff is going on in the world, and not everybody asks for help. Not everybody reaches out. They just try to, you know, just count on themselves. And even that is not so consoling sometimes, because, you know, people are used to being belittled and their self-confidence is just gone, and, you know, they sometimes don't feel like they can even count on themselves, you know, in situations like this. And you're reading the story and it's just so real. It's got to be true. It's got to be a true story. But, you know, whether it's a fiction or nonfiction really doesn't matter when you're reading this book, because you know that there are so many teens or young adults or even adults in the world today dealing with issues that Spencer is dealing with. And this is his journey. This is his journey of self-discovery, deciding who he wants to be and deciding what he wants, and the failures and the victories and, you know, all that stuff rolled into this story. And I just felt like this story needed to be out there. It's such an underrated book for being 2 years old. I mean, it's got 121 ratings. And I just felt like I wanted to push this book and recommend this book for anybody who's ever felt, you know, belittled, or who just felt like they weren't good enough. And I can promise you this story will open your eyes and let you see into this problem a little bit more. So if you get the chance, I think right now on Amazon, if you'd like to shop Amazon, I think they have this for Kindle for 99 cents right now. And I urge you to go pick it up and read this and pass it around and share this story. I rated this 5 stars because I was so touched and inspired by Spencer's story that I knew I needed to talk about it and get it out there. So if you've read this story, let me know. I would love to discuss it with whoever has read it, because it's got such a powerful message. And I'm not going to tell you anything more about this, because it would be really easy for me to really get into the story and really express certain feelings on parts of the book. So this is my best attempt at reviewing this without spoilers, and I recommend this not even to people who feel this way, but to anybody, you know, who wants to look into this topic a little bit more, this problem that's in our country. So anyway, yeah, this is my review of Fixed by Force, and like I said, I urge you to read it. And thanks guys for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.